Alright guys, so it's a little bit different today because we are not actually watching a movie, going to the movies today.
Nope, we are staying in today. But why is that? Because the movie we are watching is not out in most theaters. It's only on demand for right now.
But we are watching it because we wanted to see it, and we were going to do an episode either way. But now it is out, and hopefully I can get it to play. I just bought it. It is The Interview.
That's right. So no one can silence no one can silence James Franco and Seth Rogen, and weren't going to see this in theaters because one, it's not in a lot of theaters we have a lot of access to, and two, because if we're gonna go out and risk our lives, it's not gonna be for Seth Rogen. Sorry, Seth Rogen.
So anyway, guys, we're gonna watch this quick, and then we'll give you our feedback in a second. Guys, the movie is over.
We finished it, and we don't really have a drive home to time this with, so we're just gonna talk and hope we land under the 15-minute mark for the overall video.
So anyway, first reactions. It was actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I mean, I get the fact that it's split down the middle. It's not the perfect movie, but it's certainly not worth a huge amount of. It's not worth It's not worth totally lynching the movie. It's not worth giving it incredible praise. It's an alright movie. It's not the best movie in the world, and I can finally do stuff with my hands now because I don't have to hold a steering wheel.
Alright, but we should probably go. But let's go a little bit more in depth into The Interview, starting, of course, with the directing, which this is their second movie, so obviously there are some director trademarks that show up in their last movie, which is This Is the End. Seth and Evan did a great job, as they did with This Is the End.
And they did a lot of cool stuff with camera work, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of crap for this if a few people should see this, but I kind of liked the death scene because hats off to Seth and Evan and their VFX guy and the VFX team for making such an incredibly detailed explosion death scene for this character, and
it was like a beautiful. I don't know what they were complaining about. Not really. I mean, yeah, they kill Kim off at the end. Everybody knows that. We can spoil it, but the thing is, this movie is really good, and they even portray Kim in a very cool light for the most part. He's a very likable character.
They start the depiction of Kim Jong-un off as basically this normal guy who's kind of got time thrust upon him. Big props to the screenwriter and the actor portraying him,
Randall Parks,
who honestly I'm not looking forward to Fresh Off the Boat, but that's his next project and everything. So, but honestly, this movie he did a great job portraying Kim Jong Un. He didn't portray him as a total monstrous dictator like most people. I think Kim Jong Un assumes he is. And the movie was well paced. It was about well paced. It was about an hour into the movie. It was about 45 minutes into the movie when things were already starting to move. When the plot was already starting to move along and everything.
Yeah, and obviously people have been saying that the middle is kind of bogged down, and I kind of agree. But at the same time, this is a very well paced movie. It comes together one bit by bit by bit until.
So huge props to the screenwriter Dan Sterling,
as well as Seth and Evan for writing the story with Dan, and
I think it was Dan Sterling.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, just making sure.
We can actually do research, guys, and this is awesome.
We might have to do more of this.
Anyway, next we should probably talk about James in this movie because this is James Franco Seth Rogen movie. James, this is actually probably the funniest he's ever been in his entire career.
Now, Seth, I gotta say, he did a good job playing the straight man, and
he does play the straight man from time to time, and
it was amazing to see him play the straight man. James Franco playing the pretty much playing that comedic character who doesn't know crap, and that's fun. And it's fun to see him mess around in his element.
Kind of similar to the way that they did it in Pineapple Express, and This Is the End, and everything. It's kind of cool to see the two of them together. I mean, we are fans of Seth Rogen. We even we could get a lot of flack for this, but we actually enjoyed Green Hornet, and we actually didn't mind Zack and Miri make porno.
But, you know, this movie was great. It was fun. It was energetic. They were, heck, it was, you know, Seth and Evan pulled off action well. Most first-time directors in their particular, second-time directors in their particular case don't pull off action scenes well. But this was incredibly, but this was great. Every little details were well paced, were well animated, paced, all that stuff. It was great.
So I think we should just.
But you know, let's get into the actual comedy. The thing that people are kind of dropping off. The comedy, yes, it's kind of, you know, just that
hit and miss.
It's hit and miss. It's what everyone's been basically saying. The first 15 minutes, there are some good stuff. There's some good stuff, and honestly, half the stuff that was in the trailers is obviously cut out. There's like the, you know, that Nicki Minaj scene that they play in like three different TV spots. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, but otherwise.
And you know, let's actually talk about it.
All right.
And let's actually talk about the whole point of this movie being, you know,
on video on demand. There's no reason for it, really. There's nothing controversial about it.
It's basically the character Kim Jong-un is handled with sensitivity, but, you know, I'm not going to argue with his logic because, honestly, I don't want to have to get my life ruined by this, but to get our lives ruined by this, but you know, the movie was good. It didn't portray him badly. It didn't portray North Korea as a terrible place. It's just that this is cartoonish and it's kind of satire. Their big mistake was picking a well-known leader with Kim Jong-un's reputation. A living leader with Kim Jong-un's reputation.
Yeah.
I mean, the Zuckers were a little smart. I mean, guys like the Zuckers and Uckers and Charlie Chaplin, they did something a little different when they did in each of their respective show a real life dictator in a comedic fashion movies.
Yeah. But anyway, unless we have anything left to talk about, I think we can wrap it up now, actually.
I'm going to give it a solid 8 because, you know, it's not a perfect movie like we said, but, you know, this isn't but, you know, it's not a terrible movie. And, you know, it's not like, I don't think Seth and Evan are ever going to see this, so, you know, so honestly, I don't care if they personally attack us, but, you know, if they do, Seth, Evan, you are incredible writers, great directors, hope to see more of your stuff in the future.
I'm going to give it an 8 as well, because it is an amazing movie. I love Seth and Evan so much as filmmakers and as guys. I follow them on Twitter all the hitter. I love checking their stuff out. James, I can't wait for Disaster Artist if you see this. But otherwise, guys, that's it for us this time around. So
until next time, be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you don't know, we have a podcast over on the Bro Co-op channel. You can go and check that out. We talked about a lot of stuff, mostly our anime fascination, so you might want to go and click over there. We've also got a few other podcasts planned out with them, so if you'd like to hear a little bit of our voices without actually seeing us, you can check that out. We are actually excited about that little project.
Otherwise, guys, don't forget to leave down below in the description any movies you guys want us to see. It doesn't even have to be one out in theaters, because we can actually do it sitting right here and here like we're doing right now. But otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.